This video is brought to you by Robinhood, the free and easy to use investment and trading brokerage. Robinhood allows you to trade and buy stocks, ETFs, bonds, and cryptocurrencies completely free. Also, if you download using the link in the description below, you'll get one free stock valued up to $200 just for signing up. No, you don't have to deposit a dime, and you could become instantly a part owner in companies like Microsoft, Walmart, McDonald's, or Disney just by getting lucky. So download Robinhood today and start taking advantage of this historic 2020 stock market crash. No, that's not my full portfolio. You guys aren't ready for that just yet. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some Mathmech action for you guys to check out. When Mathmechs were originally released, they pretty much only had potential as a blind go second one-shot deck, very similar to like your blind second Crusadia. But now with the new support, they have gotten a little more versatile, and obviously they have cards coming out of Eternity Code, makes the deck a lot better, more consistent, and you can actually go first if you want. Now, the other thing is Mathmech does have, tuners, because like it has synchro monsters. The deck is like, it's synchro based and it's also XC based, but that means that you can use Chris Drawn Halifibrax. Konami, please ban that card. I'm gonna say that in every single video that Halifibrax is used, and it makes their plays a lot more formidable. Now, this duel or these duels don't use that, but I'm pretty sure that you guys will see some of those other ones on my channel. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, the one interesting thing about Mathmech is if you're not playing the super high ceiling Halifibrax version, which, it's kind of susceptible to things like Nibiru and whatnot, you can run Pot of Extravagance and also Pot of Desires. You can run them both in the same deck. I don't know if you should be running like 3 of each, but you can technically run both of them. If you're running a build like this, you just run basically all the extra deck cards at like 3, well, all the Mathmech extra deck cards. Anyways, you're going to be seeing this Mathmech XC used a lot because it is kind of your generic searcher. It's just a rank 4. Then you get yourself a search for like any of your Mathmech cards. This is a new card, Mathmech Diameter. This card is absolutely amazing. Not only does it give your Mathmech monsters like built-in negation, but then it also has like a monster reborn built into it. It really kind of like does everything that you possibly want in an archetype. He didn't use that effect. You'll see why in a second. He is ultimately going to end on the Mathmech Final Sigma. This is the one that's unaffected by other monster effects when it's in the extra monster zone. So as long as you keep it here, it is going to be pretty damn powerful. And really what he wanted to do was he wanted to get his 3 Mathmechs in the graveyard to set up for a Trishula of sorts during his opponent's turn. This is all facilitated by Mathmech Super Factual. It lets you XC summon during your opponent's turn, and you can summon the Mathmech Trishula, take a card from your opponent's field in their hand. You'll see him do it right here. Summon back 3 Mathmech monsters, then instantly activate their effects and basically just trish your opponent during their turn. Now, you don't get to banish their cards, but you do get to send those cards to the graveyard. So it's not quite as good as Trishula, but it still is pretty good. As well as if you use the Diameter, you guys just saw that, you get built-in negation. So that's really insane. You're talking about trishing your opponent on their turn, and then if you have Diameter, getting a negation against anything for free low. So it's kind of, usually you're going to win if you do that. You're taking away like so many of your opponent's resources, then you get free negation. He is ultimately going to try to destroy this with infantry, but I think it's just going to protect itself. That's another thing that's pretty strong. You got a Trish with built-in negation that also protects itself. Have fun dealing with that. Anyways, Mermail player not getting that OP play. He is going to activate the Pot of Extravagance once again. He only went for 3 cards this time because his opponent does have the Abyssal Michizuchi. So first spell that's thrown out is going to be negated. So it doesn't really make sense for you to throw 6 cards out of there if you know your Extravagance is not going to resolve. Anyways, activates the Mathmech Reborn. He's going into battle phase. Link Karibo doesn't do anything because this guy is unaffected, as I said earlier, when it's in the extra monster zone. And now, I mean, he might be able to get back into this with the Diva. Really unfortunate that a deck that plays Halifibrax drew probably the monster that they wanted to summon off of it in Jet Synchron. So he has to special summon it from his hand, and it's fine. I guess he'll go for like Broil Sword Dragon. He cannot use its effect on, the Final Sigma, and he's just going to get his Diameter back. Diameter is just like, this card really makes the Mathmech archetype, really, because you get, again, free Monster Reborn when he summons it. Then you get to go and you get free negation as well. He's also going to get a search out of this Exceed, and that's going to get him the sword. This game's basically over. I believe he gets double battle damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't matter that the Boil Sword Dragon can't be destroyed in battle. It just matters about the amount of battle damage that you're doing. So that's an instant GG no re off the one shot. Second duel is going to be against them dang Shaddolls, and man, I think it's been like 2015 since I've seen someone actually main decking Shaddoll Core. I don't know what that's about. I don't think they play this card anymore. Pretty sure that it's all, you know, the new Shaddoll trap card, like the Resh Shaddoll. Man, I'm forgetting exactly the name. It comes up. Actually, here it is. Resh Shaddoll Incarnation. That's the only one they play. Anyways, he is obviously going to be looking to go for the Exceed monster. That's like your main, that's like your setup play right here. Just going for the Mathmech Albertian. Yeah, Albertian. It did get negated by Ash Blossom, but it's fine. This one's pretty good too. It's like your intermediate beater for the Mathmech archetype. So this is the level 8, and when this one destroys a monster, it gets to destroy 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field, and Shaddoll has set a lot of monsters, so it's pretty easy to get that effect off. So when he just runs over the Shaddoll Core, he gets to pop 2 cards. Dragon can't do anything because he ain't got no back row, and then he's setting up for that Trishula play that we saw in the previous turn. Now his opponent does have Shaddoll Fusion, so that's at least pretty good, and he will be able to load up his field for better or worse with a whole lot of monsters, because that's just what Shaddoll does. Actually, no, excuse me. He didn't go for the Trishula. He went for the Albertian again. This will give him another search. My mistake. Okay. So yeah, these Exceed monsters activate the effects on summon, so you can activate their effects during your opponent's turn, and he is going to search for the copy of Diameter. Now, personally, if my opponent has 3 cards, I don't care if they're Shaddolls or not. I'm just gonna Regeki them, because even if you have Falco and Construct, like, I gotta get through these things at some point. I figure you might as well just Regeki them and then at least, you know, break through most of the board like that. Anyways, Diameter uses its free monster Reborn. Now he goes into Sigma. His opponent tries to activate Electromagnetic Turtle, but this is where free negation just becomes OP. You get free negation, so, you know, Turtle just gets negated for free. I just love the negation. I like the fact that it's useful against anything. A monster effect, a spell, a trap card, like that. It really can't be stated how much Diameter actually like makes this deck viable, because this deck was just, it was a one trick pony, and that's all it was. And now it just has so many more options. You see that you constantly want to be searching the super factual, because as long as you have your, you know, your Trishula online, you're basically in good position. You're essentially getting, you know, 2 disruptions essentially out of 1 card. Tries to go for Twin Twister. I don't know why. I mean, he just saw his opponent search this card, so why would you try to Twin Twister it knowing it's chainable? But whatever. Maybe he didn't read the card. He doesn't know. He will get Trish, and he does have that negation, but I think, okay, I thought he was going to just scoop. Guess he just wants to get beat down. You guys can see top decks the Pot of Desires, but it's completely unnecessary at this point, as he's able to pretty much just mop his opponent. Shaddolls, Shaddolls without Invoked is not really that good in my opinion. I mean, it's got some plays, but without the Invoked side of it, Anyways, if you guys want to see the deck, here it is. So Mathmechs are one of those archetypes where you don't have that much space to run other cards. Like from what I've seen, all of them pretty much run Balancer Lord. I believe you can. There was one regional top 8 build where he ran, he was running Lady the Bug, and I think you could possibly still run Lady the Bug, because Lady the Bug searches all of these cards. Like every single card you guys see can be searched by Lady the Bug. But when you do run Lady the Bug, it can eat up your normal summon. Now, if you go Lady the Bug and Balancer Lord both, it's not, you know, maybe it's not that bad, because then you're getting a search. But you always have things like Signet Mining to get the rest of these monsters anyways. And keep in mind, if you do discard some of these monsters and search Diameter, Diameter will just reborn whatever monster that you just discarded. So maybe Lady the Bug is honestly not really necessary, but that'll be up to you guys. I've never seen this. I've never seen a deck that's playing Extravagance and Desires. Usually you have one or the other. I mean, even the Grand Maju decks kind of dropped Extravagance because they would play Dangers, they would play Trade-In. They're like, look, we need to be able to draw multiple times in a turn. So you rarely ever see these 2 cards in a deck together. It's usually one or the other. It's the same thing, I guess you could say, with Pot of Avarice. Basically, at this point in Yu-Gi-Oh, we got 3 major pot cards, and they don't kind of really work in unison. You just kind of pick one one pot card and kind of stick with that. Anyways, you see a powerful bunch of go second cards like Lightning Storm and also Regeki. It's kind of uncommon to see Regeki at this point. You can kind of make an argument maybe Regeki should just go to 3 because most people just kind of prefer Lightning Storm as it can get rid of those back row and whatnot. Only trap in this build is the Mathmech Super Factual. You saw the potency of the card and you saw that it is searchable as well. So definitely a card that to me kind of like really makes the disruption potent during your opponent's turn. You're talking about kind of like trishing them, but then also getting negation in your trish to where like not only can it protect itself, but it also just gets a free plus to take away one of your opponent's cards. Mathmech is a legitimate deck, and you know, one of the best things about Mathmech is it's not really that expensive. Well, outside of this, if you don't run Extravagance, this is, in my opinion, fairly budget. Well, I guess you have to take away this, and this. Now it's a budget deck. If you don't run the Lightning Storms, it actually becomes a budget deck. Anyways, if you guys are interested in the build, of course, it will be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.